So I would like to take a minute to share with you a little bit about my history and where I come from and why the yoga program here at Nityananda Dhyanapeetham in Bidadi or Bangalore, India has been such a life-changing and complete state of transformation for me, from the physical level to the emotional level to the spiritual level and to the mental level. I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself before I came to India. I was diagnosed with some very serious illnesses over 20 years ago: lupus, fibromyalgia. I had over 64 surgeries. I had major brain and spinal reconstructive surgery, major lung surgery, and all kinds of surgeries in between. I was on 14 different prescription medications over a span of almost 20 years. For the last 14, almost 15 years, I was bedridden, and I was so ill that I couldn't really take care of myself or my family. And this left me in a state of complete, I would say, depression. I was so unhappy with life. I felt like life had just completely let me down, that my body was not there for me, and it was just completely broken. And so I felt broken inside as well. Through this training that I have taken here in India, I have learned to love this body that I once hated. My guru, who is Sri Nityananda, Paramahamsa Sri Nityananda, SwamiJi, he had come into my life a little over 3 years ago, and I started following him, watching YouTube videos, coming to India once or twice a year for a month at a time for a different program. I came to Inner Awakening programs. I went to Kumbh Mela in Ujjaini. I went to Sadashivoham, Maha Sadashivoham, some really awesome programs that he offers here at his ashram in Bidadi, India. And I have been so blessed to attend so many programs. I have had my walk, my journey, nurtured by him so compassionately for almost 3 years. And it has brought me to India once again, this time for almost 3 months I've been here. And this trip for me has been the catalyst that I needed. I was at a point in my life before I came for this program that I was so ill that I just did not even care to get dressed every day anymore. I barely got out of bed, and I had to make myself eat. So when I came here in December for a yearly program that I like to attend, I came and I decided that if I was going to come here, I had to do something drastic in my life, because I felt like drastic measures were going to be taken against me in my life if I didn't take control and make drastic measures against what was happening with me. I was in a very bad place inside, and I was really ready to give up on life, I think. Thankfully, my guru, he never gave up on me. So in December, I decided to put down all of the prescription medications that my body was dependent upon. And it was a very big decision, and it was a very difficult decision. However, once I made the decision to do so, the strength came, the will persistence came, and my guru supported me 100% and got me through the most difficult time. And it was as if I was not even going through a difficult time. Being in his breathing space was exactly where I needed to be to transform myself. And I'm so entirely grateful for everything that he has given to humanity, and the opportunities that he has provided us to find ourselves, and the opportunities that he has provided to nurture us during that time. The grace and mercy is just out of this world, literally. So during December, I literally put down Dilaudid, hydromorphone. I put down MS-Contin, Valium, all kinds of medications that the doctors had me on. I went once a month to specialists and got these prescriptions, and took these prescriptions and took them the way I was ordered to take them by the doctor, but I never was really in relief. They never really gave me full relief. It just made things barely tolerable, but the side effects were so bad, so bad. So this is the vigorous cycle I was stuck in for so long. When I finally put those things down, my life started to change. Everything started to change, and I started to wake up to reality again. I came out of this self-induced coma. Not purposefully self-induced, but now that I look back, it was induced. Whether it was by circumstance or by choice or whatever, if you're going through something similar, then you would understand. Prescription medications are, God, they're like so, it's not being an addict per se. There are addicts out there, don't get me wrong, but when you are caught up in something like I was, because I had so many surgeries and say the brain surgery, you know, the medication I was taking before, it wasn't quite strong enough, so they'd have to up it, and then they'd up it, and after a little time that medicine became redundant, so they'd have to up it again. So you built up this tolerance, and this tolerance would just continue to go up and up and up over time, and then I would have another surgery, I'd have another illness, a lung surgery, whatever. These crazy things always happened, and so the medicines kept getting upped and upped and upped, and then it got to a point where I had lung surgery and they couldn't up the medication anymore because my tolerance was so high, the body literally couldn't handle any, or it would just go into respiratory distress and I'd be done. So I had to deal with these kinds of extreme surgeries with basically no pain relief. That wasn't very easy. So I encourage you, if you are taking these kinds of prescription medications and the doctors have you on these for years at a time, you need to get off of them, because it's only actually killing your body. Not just your body, everything. Your mind, your soul, like everything is being affected 100%. Anyway, if you're in that spot, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. And now I'd like to talk to you about something that's going to bring you up rather than look at the problems. But sometimes that's what we need to do. We need to address the problem so that we can complete with it and be done. That's actually something that we learn with Swamiji's teachings here, is a process called completion. And a little bit about the Nithyananda Yoga program. It is an extremely intense program. So the yoga itself is amazing. Swamiji has come up with 108 sequence flow of the asanas that we do in 1 hour, and it's called the Rajasekhar Vinyasa 108 asanas, and it is absolutely amazing.